Hey everybody, what is up? It is I, Link, coming at you with a little bit of Nidalee gameplay. This is the new champion Monday, and I chose Nidalee this week. Mostly because it's just Nidalee. That's about all you need to know. She's quite a good champion, and honestly, she has a lot of burst. And if you build her correct, can be quite a threat in lane. Now, as you see right there, she just got a small speed buff as she stands inside the bush. This is because she has something called Prowl, which increases her movement speed, which makes her very good at bot, especially if you don't have a support and it's just a kill lane, which I am down here with Renekton, who has a stun, so this makes my life 8 times easier. I did the math. It is 8 times. We have a Katarina top, or Katarina mid, Udyr jungler, and Sion top. Sion's not here right now. Leave a message after the... Actually, I don't even know what's wrong with him. Anyway, I'm gonna try and like muscle my way into these bushes so that I can see where they're at. Yeah, Sion I think was AFK for the first few minutes of the game. I think he comes back in about a little bit. So anyway, we're going to start out, and Udyr's going for blue, and Katarina's, I think, going to leash it. I'm not quite sure. Yes, she is. Well, that's a leash, but anyway. The other team has a Katarina too, so it does get very distracting. So I'm going to try and land a lot of early spears, which I do, and I wish that LoL Replay could get rid of the Fog of War, so you could actually see on both sides, kind of like LoL Spectate, but... well, we can't. I keep picking at this Ashe, taking away a lot of her health. Every time I have my spears up, I look for another way to do damage to her. Then she realizes this and she keeps staying behind the minions. Although I'm like, ugh, and I completely missed, even though that the line went right through, like right next to her. Sion actually did get back and is farming his E, which is really good. For those of you who don't know, Sion's E makes him more tanky as he goes. Right here. Nope. Never mind. It won't show up on there. Unless he turned it off. Nope. Anyway, us down bot finally getting pushed back because Soraka has her silence, so it's going to cause us a little bit of grief. Nidalee was a fun champ to play. She's very hard to master, per se, because she only has one main source of damage, and that is her javelin toss. Bushwhacked is kind of like a Yordle trap, and Primal Surge is her heal. She could be a very good support and pick up kills for you, so you get assist. And then her ultimate, you'll see later. Udyr picking up first blood up top, actually a double kill, grabbing them from the jungle, going up, and completely stopping them. Udyr now being summoned to help with bot, as I realize that I'm out of mana because I was going spear happy. Which is kind of funny if you think about it. Okay, now Katarina's coming down, and they warded, so this is where... oh no, they did not ward actually. So this is where it gets really interesting. So we got an Udyr up here, running in, me forgetting that we're even ganking, but going in. Katarina shimpowing around that Ashe. Ashe taking a lot of damage, becoming stunned, but not able to do anything. I'm going to go in there, try and land the javelin toss, and get an Ashe move slightly to the left. My one true weakness. Also, love this skin. That's like my favorite Wukong skin. Kog'Maw mid going up against Katarina. Katarina's gonna probably... nope, she didn't ship-pow into him. Anyway, we're going back down to laning. Renekton now gone, but replaced with an Udyr who is going to have fun with hurting everyone else. Let's see. There's not really much to talk about right now. Crap, I forgot his name. Wukong is pushing top turret. Katarina is trying to lane against Kog'Maw, which is actually going to turn to be bad soon because he can whittle her down quicker than she can get CS. Anyway, me throwing my spear, missing out on Soraka. I'm getting all these really close spears throughout the whole game. It's quite funny, but our Udyr going back. We don't know what he's doing. Actually, no, he does take the blue. When I was here, I actually initially thought that he was going to run around up here and try ganking from the back, which really isn't that smart, but hey, it's an Udyr. What do you expect? Udyr was actually free this week of recording, and I was debating if I even wanted to try him. I kind of decided on no, because he doesn't seem like a fun champion to me, but that's just me. I know he can be built multiple ways. Anyway, just trying to pick up some CS, and just waiting a little bit for an opening for my spear. Also letting my mana get up. I'm just kind of idling right now, being very passive, so that I can keep my mana and all that up really nice, so I can use my Primal Surge on myself. I can use Bushwhack to see people. And I'm not sure if it's this gameplay or next gameplay. Or, not next gameplay. This gameplay or the other Nidalee gameplay, where I got a hilarious kill. There are two of them, but I chose the better of the two. The other one, I started building the wrong item set for her, and I realized halfway through, so when I had sold my items, that I was underpowered from what I should be. This game is the one I actually looked at what she does. This is actually my second game with her. But I looked at what she does, and I compiled some items that she'd be much more suited with. Me sitting on 1k at level 6, Udyr coming in for another gank, and me with my W, pretty much everything ready. I think I start off with a javelin through everywhere, or no, I actually run away because they focus me. Renekton comes out, tries for the stun, I heal myself with a Primal Surge. I go up, and we land the spear on Ashe. Soraka using her wish and a summoner heal. Me putting down a Bushwhack. Hopefully she'll walk on top of it. It's getting silenced, putting push back into here. Throwing a spear, missing it, but she does get hit by Bushwhack. Her defense is now very far down, very low. Now I'm sitting on 1.2, still sitting in lane because I am very stubborn when it comes to leaving my lane. I used to play Han, and if you left your lane in Han, yeah, you left your lane in Han. You lose experience and all that. Kog'Maw checking that bush before he goes in there. And just waltzing right up, me not even noticing, and then I'm like, oh crap. So then I flash over his initial ultimate, and he actually uses his ultimate to get away. I turn into the Cougar because I thought I was going to get hit, and it gives me extra defense. So it was more of a precautionary measure as to not take such a massive amount of damage. Let's see, some more idle time right here. Not much I can really talk about. I try to land that spear on Soraka, but, well, she's got a couple buffs on right now. Me ungodly low, forcing myself back because there's no way I can stay in lane. So, we're actually going to look at these two real quick, as Udyr stays down here and tries his hardest to get an Ashe kill, but fails. Under turret, mind you. That's the worst part. Now, I went back, I got boots, the second Doran's. Yeah. I went back, got a boots, second Dorance, and an amplifying tome. This is pretty much for health, regen, and ability power, movement speed, so I can keep spamming. And because, hey, I need more ability power, so that my Q is more overpowered late game. So there's a nice little fight here. Now, the Soraka's really low in there, along with the Ashe. He goes up there and wards. He's playing quite passively for a Renekton. He's not getting much CS, and he's just kind of lazing around throughout this whole gameplay. Wukong being chased through the jungle by Sion. Sion knows he got off that cryptic gaze and kept going. His shield just about to burst, but he does see the Katarina, goes in there, his shield goes off and hits the Katarina. Katarina's probably low. Low replay needs to fix this, so fix itself. Anyway, going back down to bot, we're going to see pretty much more of this for a few seconds. But Kog'Maw comes in, tries to gank, not much happens. I try landing some spears, healing myself and Renekton, keeping us both in lane, because two champions are better than one. Now, Soraka kinda low, and by that I mean she just healed and is coming back. I put almost all my points into my E and my Q, because I like to stay there a little bit longer. Putting on my Bushwhack on top of her, hopefully hitting. Not much really does happen. Although Ashe does walk into one, so I get a nice amount of vision. How long does it grant vision? It grants vision for... doesn't say. But does the damage is over 2 seconds. Throw my spear, do with 320 damage on this Ashe. This Ashe is completely out of position. I go into the Cougar form and try and make some room, but Soraka's over to the side. She silences me, then I get slowed. Then we realize that we could easily get her. She's exhausted, now ignited, exhausted a second time, as we're all destroying her. That Ash arrow comes in, hits us under turret, stuns the Renekton, and allows her to pick up a Renekton kill. As Udyr now coming back from top. Me kind of obliviously standing there, but realizing that Kog'Maw's there, I jump right into the bush, get my speed buff, and get right out of there. Although I do use Primal Surge, throw a spear in there, hit Kog'Maw for a nice chunk of damage. Yet again, popping down a bushwhacked? Yes? Yes, bushwhack. Putting down a bushwhack and jumping over it, hoping that one of them would follow me. They are both now pretty decent health. I'm using my potions so I can heal myself and keep my javelin ready. Put a bushwhack there in case anyone feels like they want to hurt me. Throwing that in, hitting Ashe, and Ashe jumping through my bushwhack, almost missing her volley. Kog'Maw now coming in, using his ultimate to do a little bit of damage. I'm just kind of waiting for idle time as Scion's up here. Yup, Scion's up here. Nothing else. Actually, does he take this turret right now? I think he does. This is actually AD Scion. He's quite strong because of his ultimate, but besides that, his utility of his shield and all the other stuff. But Katarina comes in with her ult, tries doing some damage. He is now going to lead her on a small goose chase throughout the rest of the map. We'll watch this. She tries to make up the ground like almost the whole time. I would have given up by now. But she's just going to keep going. Then she finally turns around, realizes that it's too much, and he gets away. Soraka running away since way back here. That's when Renekton typed that. She kept silencing, she flashed, and just a mess of skills. Me sitting down here on 1.4. I think this is actually when I choose to return. Yes, we break the turret. And no, there's actually a small team fight that erupts. I hit Ashe with my Q, but I am low on mana. I pop the mana potion. Now coming up here, Katarina going in there, using her ultimate, doing some nice damage to Kog'Maw. Me not throwing a spear in there, but turning into the cougar form and jumping away, but getting killed by Katarina's dagger. Although our Katarina does die to Kog'Maw's. Crap! I can't remember the name of it. It's something surprise. I can't remember. I have to go and read up on him again. FYI, for those of you who don't know, I have actually only played about 20 champions out of all the champions in this game. And also, that's kind of funny. He did that again with Scion. But I've only played about 20 champions. I actually do research champions so that during my gameplays I can see their abilities, what they scale by, how they scale, and all of that. Picking up a kill on Wukong, Katarina popping her ultimate, but realizing it's her fatal mistake as the Renekton comes into view, stuns her, and pretty much ends her. We lose bottom turret here to Ashe and Soraka, but... wait for it. There we are. Now, actually, about the Soraka, she'll appear on screen again. She had an interesting choice in... there we go. She actually had AD runes. One of my friends was actually spectating this at the time. Because, well, I actually didn't even tell him I was going to use this one. But he was spectating, and he kept saying that she had armor penetration runes and attack damage runes over time. Kind of an interesting concept. Her getting quickly picked up. Scion over here, just having fun with this Ashe. Just keeps running and doing damage. Me taking damage, I don't know from what. Probably minions. I'm going to speed this up yet again, because there's not much to talk about. Yeah, there's really not much to talk about. AD Scion is really quite strong for what he is. I mean, he doesn't scale well, or he scales very well. He just doesn't have the correct ability set. Like, he doesn't scale with the abilities. Me getting completely picked up there, getting stunned under turret, and then destroyed. I go into the cat form, trying to use my W to get away. Doesn't work. Renekton in there doing some nice hits on Ashe. Ashe now stunned. And Scion going after their Katarina. Our Renekton now dead. Katarina Shimpow's in there, uses her ultimate, taking some turret shots. But our Scion is picked up, but she decides that she's not leaving without that Soraka. Udyr comes in over all the corpses and just picks up some minions. But Wukong comes in. Wukong uses his Nimbus Strike to get in there. But he realizes that it's futile as the Udyr stays in the lane. Back to color. Udyr now just going to start killing some minions, so not much to talk about here. And yet again, we're going to speed up. As you can see, it's almost the end of the gameplay. We have about 4 minutes left. Udyr being pushed back by Kog'Maw. And now waiting, going right back into the fight. By fight I mean really nothing. I do pick up a Sheen here, just so that I can do extra damage with my spear after I throw the initial, hitting him for 450 damage, which is pretty good. It's around the 20-minute mark, so let's check some builds. We have our Katarina doing a nice Katarina build. Actually no, Ashe lands her arrow through the wall, and Katarina goes in there, uses her ulti. He Nimbus strikes, uses his ultimate, and I walk into it just so I can get rid of the knockup that's impending. I do dash away, come back, heal myself, and throw a spear in there, hoping that he was still there. I had my camera locked at the time. And this Soraka just gets right away. But she reappears up here, gets locked up, gets stunned in her turret, gets stunned a second time, and she heals herself with full summoner. No, with normal heal. And I think Wish, I'm not sure. Katarina going in there using her ult, picking up a kill, and me getting a kill with my spear. Although getting hit with Canthian surprise? Something? I'll get it eventually. Anyway, back. Whatever. If you enjoyed the content provided, leave a like. If you want to stay current, subscribe. And I'll talk to you all later.
Victory!